All right, it's 2 minutes after, so we'll get we'll get started. I appreciate you guys being here. We had a very we weren't entirely sure a lot of folks were going to be able to come out today, but we still really wanted to I don't know, just have the opportunity to touch base and to be committed to being here. So, and this is recorded, so you guys will be able to share it later on. And if you weren't able to be here, you'll get to hopefully take a look and see what we've been up to. So again, thanks for everybody for being here. We have a bunch of updates and even better celebrations that reflect how NAVTA continues to evolve and advocate for our members. Whether you're here to learn more about upcoming opportunities, recognize the accomplishments of your colleagues, or stay informed on national developments, there is something for you today. I think the most exciting thing, and so it's our big kickoff conversation today, is our DEIB report release. So we're very proud to have released NAVTA's inaugural Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Survey report earlier this month. This marks a very important milestone, not just for NAVTA, but for the profession as a whole. We had over 1,300 respondents, and I want to thank each of you that responded. Your time is incredibly valuable, and through your engagement, NAVTA gained powerful insights into where we're making progress and where more support is needed. The report outlines key themes, including workplace inclusivity, barriers to entry and advancement, and member experiences across lines of race, gender, identity, sexual orientation, disability, and more. This report is just the beginning, and it'll serve as a roadmap for NAVTA's future DEIB work, helping ensure every credentialed veterinary technician feels welcome, heard, and empowered. Read the full report on our website or find it in our most recent e-newsletter, and maybe we can post, I'm not sure, we'll post it in the chat here too. I do want to thank the entire DEIB committee, but it's led by Deb Bascombe and Rochelle Cortez Martinez. I want to thank all of them for their hard work on getting this together. Some leadership updates for everybody. This is super bittersweet. We're going to extend our deepest thanks to Sam Geiling. She's stepping down as co-chair of the Government Relations Committee. Sam's dedication to advocacy and legislative engagement has helped strengthen NAVTA's voice on critical policy issues, and we are incredibly grateful for her years of service. We're excited to welcome Vicki Ruggiero. I should have practiced that with somebody who knew ahead of time, into the role of our Government Relations Co-Chair. Vicki has been a member of the Government Relations Committee since it began in 2022. She brings a strong background in legislative affairs and will be instrumental as we continue to engage with state and national partners to elevate the profession. So we're very excited to have that incredible engagement, and we are so grateful to Sam for all of her hard work. On our editorial committee, we are excited to welcome Dr. Aretta Samples. She is our new NAVTA editorial committee vice chair. Dr. Samples brings an extraordinary depth of experience in veterinary technology, public health, and academia, and we're thrilled to have her leadership as we continue to grow the NAVTA Journal. The 2025 Vet Tech of the Year theme and campaign. This is very exciting because we're thrilled to unveil the official theme for the 2025 National Veterinary Technician Week, Paths to Success, shining a light on credentialed veterinary technician stars. This theme recognizes the countless ways credentialed veterinary technicians contribute to animal health, client communication, public safety, education, and more. We're launching a special storytelling campaign, NAVTA's Galaxy of the Stars, that will feature personal career journeys, educator tributes, and role highlights that go beyond clinical practice. We're once again proud to partner with Hill's Pet Nutrition, who will help distribute posters and appreciation materials to clinics across the country. Watch our channels for contests, giveaways, and toolkits to help your practices and schools celebrate. Also very exciting today, open now. We're excited to announce that the nominations for 2025 Veterinary Technician of the Year are officially open. This is your opportunity to highlight a colleague or a peer who exemplifies professionalism, compassion, leadership, and innovation. Anyone can submit a nomination. This includes supervisors, peers, or even your clients. So let's lift up those stars who inspire us. You can share the campaign around and make sure that we get to have an opportunity to highlight the Veterinary Technician of the Year. That's always a fun one. It's always exciting. Okay, so a lot of you guys are probably here or excited to or thinking and talking about the AVMA Model Practice Act and our position on that. So it's on a lot of people's mind. We know AVMA did invite NAVTA to participate in the process of this Model Practice Act over several years. We offered substantial feedback on behalf of credentialed veterinary technicians. The fact that NAVTA was invited to participate in these conversations is a positive step for the association. It's good to know that our voice and our thoughts were considered. In the end, some of NAVTA's feedback was taken into account, while other suggestions were not adopted. While we recognize that the final version doesn't go as far as we had hoped regarding credentialed veterinary technician recognition, we also recognize that this is just a model. It is not mandatory for states to adopt. New strategic partnerships. This is a fun part to talk about as well. And it's a little shout out to Kelly Barrett, who is in a box and you don't get to see her right now, but she is doing an amazing job working on strategic partnerships behind the scenes and building benefits that members that will directly enhance our shared goals. And so a couple of those that we wanted to talk about were Fear Free Renewed Partnership. We've worked with them before. But we have a renewed collaboration that'll provide members discounted access to training and educational resources that will promote low stress, compassionate care for patients and the people who care for them. Certified Safety Training is a new partnership. Through this partnership, we'll offer discounted and free safety training modules and workplace resources to improve team safety and support compliance with OSHA and other requirements. You can find details on both of these programs as well as all the other benefits you get from being a NAVTA member on the NAVTA website at navta.net/membership. I probably didn't have to read that to you, but that's where you can find it, and we'll send you those links. Oh, and then Kelly even spelled it out for me, and I didn't even see that until the end. Anyway, tuition for techs. This is a really fun one too. The deadline is coming. The NAVTA Boehringer Ingelheim Tuition for Tech Scholarship is now accepting applications. You only have until August 11th. Up to 20 $2,500 scholarships will be awarded this fall to current students and recent graduates of AVMA accredited programs. This initiative helps reduce financial barriers, especially as student debt continues to impact many credentialed veterinary technicians. Full details and eligibility requirements are available at navta.net/tuition, TAC for TAC. TAC is a dash. And we can probably share those too. Oh gosh. All right. Very exciting. I didn't get to be there in person, but I do get to unveil this year's 2025 SCNAFTA Award winners. We're thrilled to recognize our student chapter and advisor of the year this past weekend at the AVTE conference. The advisor of the year is Stephanie Atkins with Blue Ridge Community College. Stephanie goes above and beyond to support students from classroom mentorship to community outreach and conference sponsorship. So congratulations to Stephanie Atkins at Blue Ridge Community College for Advisor of the Year. That's super exciting. This year's chapter of the year was Universidad Ana G. Menendez Ponce of Puerto Rico. This student chapter exemplifies One Health thinking, leadership, and service in their local community. Congratulations to them both, and read more about them on our website and in the upcoming September-October issue of the NAVTA Journal. That's been a lot. I've talked to you guys for quite a while now, and it reflects how much NAVTA is doing currently to support members and the profession. I appreciate all of you for showing up, speaking up, and continuing to shape the future of veterinary technology with us. As always, we're here to listen if you have feedback or ideas. So thank you all so much for being here today. We could do questions. I know I was awkwardly staring because I didn't know if we were going to do questions. Do you want to do questions? We have so much time for questions. I'll give you guys a few minutes. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. So if you do have questions, get them in the chat really quick. Otherwise, we can wrap it up. Okay, I don't see any questions. The truth is, oh wait, any position or thoughts on veterinary nurse, veterinary technician? Excuse me. So, I mean, Robin, thanks for your question. We have a very, well, first of all, we do have access to our positions on the website, and our position continues to be that veterinary nurse should be reserved strictly for credentialed veterinary technicians. And we continue to prioritize as part of our strategic plan the appropriate use of titles and credentialed veterinary technician appropriate usage, as well as the appropriate usage of veterinary nurse as associated with a credential and as recognized by state regulation. So that is like the TLDR of our position statement. And we still continue to prioritize, the title protection across the board and the appropriate usage of both terms. Boy, you came out with the hot one right away. You were like, bam. And our V&I committee is working so much on policies, procedures. They did a lot of this work behind the AVMA portions of the Model Practice Act, and they continue to work very closely with our government relations to make sure that they are promoting title protection across the country. Can I communicate on any prior efforts by NAVTA to work with AVMA on getting nurse? Oh, yeah. So thanks, Sandra, so much for asking about that. We've worked really hard on this relationship with NAVTA or with NAVTA. We work really hard with our relationship with ourselves because everyone should work on themselves first. But we also have been working a lot with AVMA. And it has been like brought up and it doesn't feel right to them, I don't think, and kind of is like a what's the benefit on both sides and is it right? They really do support like, hey, be a member of NAFTA. Don't worry about being a member of AVMA. But what we are working with and do continue to have conversations about is how we can work together. So how, having a NAFTA membership can be beneficial in certain maybe AVMA features or like, membership pricing. And I think that there has been some cases, I think now, where if you have a NAFTA membership, you get kind of that discounted pricing. And that's kind of what we're looking for is like, where can the benefits coexist? But really, like, we're the technician association. So we don't need to join AVMA, but how can we really enhance that partnership? I think is where we've been um focused. I also think it's a worthwhile thing to have the conversation about, within your states and look at how active your state veterinary medical association is in terms of incorporating every member. And I think that that's another place that, if the states are asking for it, AVMA will maybe be more likely to hear it. So if that's something your state association supports, it might be something that gets more traction with them, but not something that I think is like a huge initiative for us. I hope that answers your question, Sandra. And Megan, I just want to acknowledge yeah, it's we have a really great, increasingly strong relationship with AVMA, and we have a seat at the table. I did attend House of Delegates. Jamie was at House of Delegates as well. We go to the referendum committee meetings. We have seats at the tables and are having conversations and more inviting them to our table. So we're working really hard on those allied partnerships and relationships. Yeah, the Bridge Club is hosting a talk tonight on Colorado's mid-level practitioner. NAFTA's position on the mid-level practitioner is that we are neutral. You guys are like, I feel like this is like pop quiz, Becky, how well do you know your position statements? But truthfully, NAFTA is neutral because what our membership has said is that we don't know if this is good or bad, but what we know is it's not a priority. And so NAFTA has said we're not going to prioritize it. We do have a task force that is working closely with the Colorado Vet Tech Association to make sure that we are in the loop and in part of the conversation. Colorado Vet Tech Association is kind of leading the charge within their state right now, ensuring that they are part of the conversation since it has been passed there. We are also supporting state associations in their work when they reach out to us in terms of either their district rep or their our government relations committee or their government relations area rep. and asking for help in terms of what they're doing in their states if it is getting, if they're writing positions. We as NAVTA remain neutral because our members have said it's not a priority. So Sandy, AVMA, um, as an organization has many more resources available as a whole, and as the National Veterinary Medical Association, it seems the full veterinary team should be included. Does NAVTA have a position statement available on inclusion in AVMA? I don't think we have a position statement specifically because I don't know what that I don't know how we would make a position on that. We work very closely with AVMA. And I know agreed. I think the resources part is part of what we're trying to sort of build on our own. There was recently a membership survey that went out that asked what kind of resources our members wanted, needed, asked about things like insurance and benefits and CE and all of those types of things. And I think that's in an effort for us to find strength in the numbers to give these types of benefits to our own members. A big obstacle is you go to these types of places and they say you don't have enough members for us to offer you these. Um, so again, we continue to look at how we could partner with AVMA on valuable benefits that maybe we couldn't get for our own members, but I think our focus is on how does NAFTA provide these benefits sustainably on our own for our members as our own leading organization without putting ourselves underneath AVMA in a way that we can't be supportive of ourselves and our own members because that's the goal is we're the technician association. But I don't think we have anything formal. And Lauren said, I think we should wrap it up. That's probably not a bad idea. Um, I appreciate you guys again being here. And again, your thoughts, your concerns, your feelings like are so important. So don't hesitate. One, thank you for being here to share them. But two, make sure that you're working with your state associations to make sure your voice is heard and make sure you're reaching out to us. And we are here to hear these types of things. That's why we have these meetings. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to be here and for letting us hear what's on your mind because that's what we're here for. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope your kids, if you have them, are going to have great first days of school because that's what my timeline is full of. And then if not, take pictures of your dog pretending to be having their first day of school because that's the other half of my social media and I enjoy it just as much. I hope you guys stay safe, enjoy the rest of your summer, and we will talk to you guys soon.